Good morning. Welcome to the madness. Exactly. So I was going to send you a message and I believe I forgot to. Did you? Do you have this available? Good, because today we're going to crush this. Literally crush this. We had a lot of fun with the circle today. So I love it. I love it. So that's kind of my plan, but you know my plan always kind of goes awry as I see the body. Tell me how you're feeling and what you like to focus on. Yeah, good. I mean, I see it. See the wearing white. White's always a very powerful color. It's like I know. It's like I know I got it. I can get dirty and it doesn't bother me. Awesome. All right. Cool. Good, good, good. All right. So we're gonna hit it. This is my whiteboard. You've seen that before. I just wanted. I know. I gotta keep moving. That's like cool. And my fake wall, which I keep hitting when I do my overheads. Yeah, well I tried. All right. So first things first. We're gonna start with some leg work, and then we're gonna get into the mat work. And in case I forget today, I can always glance over and go, "Oh, that's what's next." But that's not gonna happen. I don't forget. That's why I put it back there because I'm facing this way. All right. So let's grab a circle. Let's put it between your knees. Yeah, sure. Awesome. I had a chance to get back at a proper Pilates studio yesterday. It was really exciting. So I have access to all of my fun equipment again. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull into the belly, press down the tail, really focus on this area right here. Squeeze the circle. I'm sorry? Feet are down, flat on the ground, yeah. For the moment, feet are flat. So what I'm trying to have us do here is understand how to access the pelvic floor through the scoop as well. So I have my hands on my hips just to prove to myself that my hips, or at least my pelvis, is not moving. Just my thighs in and out. All right. We're going to squeeze this for about 30 seconds, opening and closing. So it's a pace that you feel you can tap into versus jumping with, no bouncing. There you go, really connecting the pelvic floor, understanding that your hands are there for the extra awareness. What's the body doing there? 10 seconds. Make one more. All right, fantastic. Now we're going to parallel the feet, but we're not going to. So as we squeeze the circle, I'm going to ask for parallel feet. I don't want you to squeeze the knees more than the feet. It's kind of hard to tell, but the good news is you're going to have your head up, so you're going to be able to see, are my knees and feet parallel? So squeeze the circle, keep the knees and feet parallel, and I want you to lower and lift your head as you're squeezing that circle, keeping the feet, legs parallel. Good stuff. We're doing this for 30 seconds. You got it. You can keep them on the ground. It's more about lifting the head and chest, so I'm sliding my hands down so that I'm not lifting from the shoulders. At this point, the inner thighs might start to shake, like, what the heck are we doing? It's all right. 15 seconds. I recorded this Tabata workout for myself on Wednesday, and afterwards I couldn't get my legs to stop shaking. So it was pretty cool. 5 seconds. And good, and one more. And fantastic. Okay, now we're going to take the circle behind the head, and we're going to support the head with that circle. But we're not letting the head drop. It's not like I'm looking to just have your head being held by your hands. I'm just looking for a little extra help. Try to bring the head up to the knees, heels together, toes apart, or head up to the thighs. Now, think about the balls of your feet. We're going to press the feet out, but as we do, I want you to push from the balls of the feet and pull from the balls of the feet. So a lot of attention on trying to keep those feet like they're mirror images of each other, pushing in and out from the balls. All right, we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Good. Now the knees and thighs are moving, or the shins and thighs are moving, but the feet themselves are almost really staying in that same shape. So we can feel that connection coming from the pelvic floor, which we just warmed up. Okay, you got about 10 seconds. Give me just one more good one, and then we're going to rest the head down. And fantastic. Good stuff. How's it feeling so far? Okay, good. We're going to keep the head and chest now. We're going to put the circle into the outside of the feet. Or the outside of the shins, or the outside of the feet. Okay, now this is going to do two things. This is going to add an external weight as we move away from us, but it's also going to help us engage the hips, because the hips, at least the glutes themselves, also want to externally rotate. So head and chest are going to be down. I want you to try to break the circle open. But let me just show you what I'm talking about. I'm not looking for you to break the circle open by just moving the feet away. I'm looking for you to break the circle open with everything parallel. Parallel, feel that? Okay. So once you keep that feeling like it's open, we're going to extend and bend. Your goal is to keep that pelvic floor connected, back flat, feet completely parallel with the knees. And again, 30 seconds. Good. Do you notice if the feet are turning outward or inward? Just see if you have a feeling. Got about 8 seconds. And one more for good measure. Fantastic. All right, now we're going to take that circle to the inside of the shins, just above the ankle bones. And again, the same thing. When we squeeze, I don't want you to squeeze and externally rotate. So in other words, I'm not looking for you to squeeze like that. I'll show it to you again. I'm not looking for you to squeeze like that. I'm looking for you to squeeze everything parallel. And then we're going to extend. Whoops. Didn't have a good grip on that one. All right, so we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Get my timer going. So squeezing parallel, head is down, yep. Pull into the stomach. Feel that pelvic floor engagement. Scoop. Almost so much focus to that stomach area that you almost forget that the legs are squeezing, even though they are. About 10 seconds. Good connection. Look at this. I'm loving this. And one more. And fantastic. All right. So if someone's feeling a little bit warmer, inner thighs good. We're going to prop the circle up, and now when we do the hundreds, we're going to have our feet on the circle. We're going to try to press down into that circle. So here's my feet. Okay. Now, gravity will just take my legs. Okay. And if gravity takes my legs, you're going to bounce. The goal in this exercise is not to bounce. The goal is to press. Press. Lift the head and chest. Tighten up the seat. Look at that circle move so minimally, but I have pressure under it. All right, we're looking to see how much we can squeeze that circle. Lift the head and chest. It's 100. So exactly, shoulders a little bit lower. And now exactly, perfect. Squeeze the circle, 10 breaths in pumping. Good. Now the legs aren't moving, but the head is bobbling, so let's just lock that head in place. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Little extra squeeze of that circle, a little higher of the chest. Yes. And 10. Good. Exactly. Come up completely, take the circle. See, I love the smile. You always got the smile. Hands are gonna be on the inside of the circle now. Okay, cool. All right, we're gonna break that circle open. Now I want you to think about what we just did there by squeezing the legs down into the circle. So although gravity wants to take you into the floor, you can also still actively press everything down, pulls into the stomach. From there, we're not gonna let those legs move an inch. We're gonna roll up and we're gonna roll down. Now, what do I mean by moving an inch? You're gonna notice that the legs, the heels, wanna slide a little forward and back. We're trying to prevent that today. So you're gonna give me 3 of your absolute best and prove to me those legs are not moving. Good. Now really lock them in place. Don't let them come back towards you. Lock them, lock them, lock them, lock them. Oh, yes, very nice. Maybe a ½ inch movement, but I feel all that work. Whatever, I'll take it. Just minimize it. There you go. I love it. One more time. I love the control, Suzanne. Oh yeah. Incredible. Control it on the way down. Remember, no half reps. Full reps. Every inch counts. Love it. All right, now we're going to switch to hand placement. We're going to squeeze the circle. Same idea. You got 3 to go. I still want you to connect to the same areas you just connected. When you're ready, inhale the head, exhale the reach. The legs don't move. Look at this, beautiful. I'm telling you, you're going to start teaching me. You got it. There you go. Now try to peel off the mat. Don't jump off the mat. There you go. And then rolling down slow and control, like a steamroller. They move slow, they put the pavement down, they press into the ground. Oh yes! Killed it. Nicely done. How'd that feel? Yeah. Moved amazingly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, listen, as always, the flow is a goal. We do want to flow, but moving for movement's sake doesn't matter. You got to move mindfully, and then it all matters. So we're going to take that circle, we're going to put it off to the side. It's going to be on the right side of our body. We're going to press into the circle with the right leg up. And then as you reach this right leg across, I want to feel that tension stay in the circle. So in other words, as you go through this exercise, pay attention to the circle not bouncing. Same pressure. When the leg is centered, you're going to notice you probably can press more heavily. When the leg is away, you're going to notice you can't press as heavily. The point is, can it be even? The pressure on the circle. This is that Indiana Jones moment where he's stealing that idol in the very first, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Sandbag for the idol. It's the very first scene. So even if you don't want to watch it again, you can very quickly pop in the cassette tape, because I am that old. And watch the first 2 minutes and take it out. Good, you gave me 2 more. It's the scene right before the very iconic where the ball is following him down that huge stone ball. 1 more. Although that movie did come out before my time, I was not yet alive. I believe I wasn't alive. Reverse direction. Good. Loving this. Good control. Two more. last one. And beautiful. All right, we're gonna switch sides. Again, you can feel like you can tap into that, right? Where that circle really has constant pressure. Good, I like that exhale happening there. Exactly, you got it. Two more. And last one. Good. Yeah. Always want to finish out all your reps. And good. Reversing the direction. Open it across. Pressure is constant on the circle. Just really pull back your right hip a little bit more now too. Two more. And fantastic. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this now. We're gonna see what we can do. This, to be honest with you, it's been a while since I have even tried this. We're gonna come from this fully extended position and now ready for, this is gonna go on Matt's blooper reel. I'm trying to roll up enough to thread my feet through the circle and then back in and down. You're like, I know. It's been a while. It's been a Well, I'm getting very nervous about this one because this one's hard. Very hard. All right, so let's try that. Roll up, thread the feet through. Yes! And then thread them away and down. Look at you killing this one. 4 more, please. It's okay. You caught it. 2 more. And last one. Incredible. And resting. So what I really wanted to tap into there was the whole concept of how do you pull everything in? Because now we're going to do the rolling like a ball. And the rolling like a ball has to have that same awareness. I'm trying to pull my legs in as I'm reaching my arms out. Here. Okay? Give me 4 of those, and then we're going to incorporate the circle. Just rolling. So grab a little bit lower, actually, onto your shins or ankles with your hands. Yeah, exactly. Pull them in. Yeah, pull them real in. Drive the head down. Go back to the head. Inhale. Up to the seat. Exhale. 2. 3. And last one. And 4. Fantastic. All right, so now we're going to use all that power, and we're going to try this one. We're going to squeeze that circle in between the seat and the heels. You know, I love this. I love how hard this one is. Okay, we're going to hold on. Roll! Roll! The heels, it could ride slightly up to the Achilles, but I don't want you to press into the Achilles too much because sometimes it's not the best feeling. But yeah, as much of a hard bone on your heel as possible, as much as your sit bones that you can find. And again, you want to aim, you want to aim the hands a little bit lower so that you can help pull it into you. You know what it also could be? It could be the pants. Sometimes it slips with the pants. So we will skip this one for now, unless, do you have a yoga block anywhere handy? Okay, so then don't worry. All right, so what we will do to create the next challenge, but you got it there. Yeah, I think you got it there. Yeah, you got it. 2 more. Yes. One more is good. And enough, good. Any particular feeling that you noticed, especially on that last moment up? Well, I'm not worried about the jerkiness because I felt you working. What did you feel working, in other words? What was different in the work? So let me just show you. Well, you'll kind of see it once I visualize. If I'm coming up and I extend my legs, I'm sending a lot of my mass forward, and that's enabling me to inertia, right? Objects in motion want to go into motion. If I'm pulling back, I'm actually trying to slow that inertia. I'm trying to take it away. It's kind of like, holding back a car, a dog, whatever. So pulling in works the stomach more because now you have to control that forward fall. A little bit more than when you just let the legs kind of go off. So that's the importance of the circle. All right, so now we go into the next exercise. For this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the circle above us, tabletop, lift the head and chest, reach, return, reach, return. Now, this is called the single leg stretch, not the stomach agony. So even though the stomach is working, I got to get this stretch. I got to reach that leg far as possible. Return, reach, return. Okay? Give me 8 on each side. Try not to move the knee past your, so just take a quick look. When you extend this leg, don't knee jerk it in. Lock it right here. Return, lock, return. Beautiful. Halfway. And good, and resting. Good stuff. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the head and chest down. We're going to squeeze into, we're going to keep the head and chest up this time. Squeeze into the circle. And as we extend the legs away, double straight leg stretch. We're going to keep those arms behind us. Stop at 90, tabletop, reach, squeeze. Stop at 90, tabletop, reach. Let's do 8 of these. Hands stay behind your head. Inhale there. Exhale, tabletop. Just reverse the breath. Inhale as you extend. Exhale, bend. 3. Good. Halfway. Two more. And last. And beautiful. Exactly. Let's have you come on up to sing. How'd that feel? Okay, so let's go back into what I kind of was doing to prep you in the warm-up and why I wanted to challenge you like this. But and by all means, when things like that happen, 2 warning signs: low back, neck. Immediately either stop it, ask me the question there because maybe I'm missing something, or just, okay, what can I do to correct it? Usually what you can do to correct it is draw back the shoulders versus here, because when you raise the shoulders, if I'm taking away space here, my neck is gonna come down to fill that gap. If I'm adding space here, the neck is gonna more naturally reach to extend from that gap. So it's not likely that you're gonna pull your shoulders down and simultaneously do this. It's more likely you're gonna pull your shoulders down and you're gonna reach the back. It's more likely you're gonna reach the shoulders, shrug the neck. So just this very simple down a little bit more. usually opens it. Once it's open, you're not lifting from the neck. You can now reach and lift from the stomach. That's one thing. So let's try to get back into that. Don't worry about this. And what we're going to do, starting knees bent, arms behind your back, I want you to reach the shoulders like you're shrugging up, drop the shoulders, shrugging down, a few times. Okay? Now keep those shoulders down, reach the back of the neck, and I want you to think about where your spine is from your shoulder blades to your tailbone. Pull that down as you lift the head, and then lower it back down. All right, let's try that again. Pull the spine down into the mat as you lift the head. Good. Yeah, that's all. All right, try 2 more. Just solidify that. And last one. Beautiful. Now, just to give you where I was going with that, I was trying to prep you for that in the warm-up because you'll recall when I had you doing the double leg extension in the warm-up, I had you supporting the head. Okay? I also, in the warm-up, had you do the head lifts to try to engage that area, because once you start adding extra weight, it just becomes harder. So it's there. Maybe I advanced it a little too. Okay, cool. But you know how to get it back, and obviously once you lose it, sometimes it's better just to erase it and start again. If you really can't find it. Okay, so now we're going to come up into a sitting position. You can still face that direction. I just want to show you what I'm doing with my arms. What I want to do is I want to connect the arms to the stomach in the press. In the press. So I'm not really moving. You can see the difference here if I just move my arms. Okay, versus connected down. Connected down. Let's try a few of those just to lock the arms in place. Feel the stomach press the circle. Good, very nice. Good. Now, drop the shoulder blades a little bit more. A little lower the arms. Exactly, pull the stomach. And now press. Good. And last one. And fantastic. Good. Any kind of difference between the two? Just maybe one's stronger, maybe one's not? Yeah. So I'm stitching everything together and now I'm moving as a unit. Just a little bit more. Yeah, always. All right. Now, the question I have is, it's easy, well, it's not easy. It takes work to say lock something, move something. But now, what if 2 things are moving? Now you're just getting into this, well, more things are likely to break in terms of like falling apart, not actually getting hurt. So we're going to bend the elbows as we round the spine, but I still need a locked shoulder. So instead of here, now we're going to bend. Still locked shoulder. You don't notice this moving. Bend. Okay, let's try a few of those. So I'm bending my elbows wide as I'm pressing down. Good. Try to keep those shoulder blades down for me. Yes. And the arms extend as you come up as well. And the arms bend and the spine bends. There you go. Beautiful. 3 more. One more. And fantastically done. Good stuff. How did that feel? It is hard. It is hard. But again, these are things that make, I don't want to say they don't make sense, but when you're doing an exercise like swan, which we're getting to, we're asking you to lock something in place. When we get into the swimming, we're asking for something to move. Still focusing, okay, well, what's locking? What's locking? What's locking usually is the key or secret, I feel. Okay, let's take this into the corkscrew. So now the corkscrew, what we're going to do here is we're going to put the circle on the outside of the ankles and shins. We're going to press the hands into the mat. Bring the legs across, sweep the floor with the circle, bring the legs up. The circle is an external weight, so I'm not looking for you to lift the hips just yet. I'm looking for you to see if I can pull back that stomach and not lose control. Go a little bit lower on the hands, just slightly, a little bit lower. Right there, perfect. Good, same direction. Four more. And last one. And good. Let's reverse direction. Take a moment whenever you need. Keep pressing the back of your neck. It's another anchor point. And good. Take a quick rest, but don't move the circle because we're going to use it again. I'm going to show you something, we're going to do it, and then I'm going to give you a reference. So, same idea. Keep that circle exactly where it is. I want your hands on your belly button now. Around, just below your rib cage, just above your pelvis, your hips. Try those same small circles, and see if you can keep the ribs pulling away from the hands. You're going to notice you're going to go a little smaller on the circles. I just want you to feel that. Hands a little bit lower. More exactly, lower, just below the rib cage. Okay, now try to make sure that the belly pulls away and that upper part or the lowest part of your rib cage where your thumb is still pulls away. Yes, right there, good connection. Beautiful. Two more. One more. Reverse. You lost that little bit of stomach on that last one. Good. You got it right back. I love it. One more. And good, and relax it for a moment. So you can sit up for a second, give your stomach a moment because we are going to get right back into it. But I just want you to think about what just happened there, and especially what did you feel in your neck? Exactly. Yeah. You didn't feel strain. You felt it down in control. Now, I want you to just attribute, you had said when we were doing that one exercise, you felt like you kind of felt it in your neck for a moment. So this is when Matt says, okay, well, let me just bring awareness to the neck in other exercises. But it's one thing to just say, press the back of the neck, okay? And we did that. And the reason being is, you know when you have something sewn together, and the thread starts to come undone. If you have a piece of thread over here that is stitched, and all of these threads that are stitched here, but it's coming undone here, it has to work up the chain before it gets to that last one. So the point I'm trying to make is, I'm not trying to fix a broken stitch here, over here. I'm trying to fix a broken stitch here before it gets to that, before it makes its way up. So that little cue right there, again, just shows you, well, oh, my head just came back naturally. Why is that important? Because now we're going to get into that tail lift. The tail lift, the minute you forget about that little feeling we had, the minute this is going to happen. This stitch gets lost, this stitch will go. Okay, no circle, because I don't want an external weight on this one. I want you to press into the arms. Same idea. We're going to bring the legs around. Now, when we come up, yes, you're going to press the head down, but you're going to focus on pulling this tighter, okay, to bring the legs. Let's see how that looks. So give me 3 on each side. Glue your legs together on this one. Try to get the hip up. Yes. Love it. Beautiful. Look at this. And good. Reversing the direction after this. Same awareness. Oh yeah. I love that one. One more. Beautiful. And rest. Good. And we're going to come up nice and tall. So little Matthew, 1996, puts in his Pilates VHS. That's the exercise, corkscrew, tail lifted, that stuck with me all these years, that I kept saying, I got to get back into this. I got to get back into this. Because when that one is so subtle and small, and yet so powerful all at the same time. So, little bit of 96. No, 86, you're lucky if I was running. No, 96. So I just, my sister was definitely into those VHS tapes. We had the Billy Blanks Tae Bo. Double time. But yeah, this Pilates VHS is Mari Windsor. It's amazing. And, you know, talk about come full circle, back in 2013, I had a chance to actually meet her and have a session by Mari Windsor, which was just like this culmination of yes, I love it. Almost 20 years after the fact, and I have arrived. So I shared with her, I said, thank you, Mari, you're the reason why I'm here. Literally the reason why I'm here. Yeah. We're going to put the strap under the feet for a quick moment. And although we're about to do the saw, I just want to put in a quick spine twist here to make sure that our spine is moving properly and our neck is not under complete tension. So put your hands up onto your hips for a moment. I just want you to turn your head side to side. And I want you to notice if there's any crinkling, anything going on, any particularly bad spots of the neck. Chances are you're fine. Okay, good. Now, same idea, extra awareness. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Move your head side to side and just tell me what you notice the difference is. More movement, right? So in other words, we've created stability just below a very mobile joint. That mobile joint can go in its greater range of motion. The point I'm trying to make there is, when we do a spine twist, although we're jumping ahead, if I just come to this point, let me face you. If I just come to this point, and I'm here, and I try to turn my head, first of all, I'm not really twisting my spine. Secondly, I'm jumbling up a joint that we already expressed we want to make sure we just pay attention to today. So squeeze the shoulder blades back, twist the whole spine, and then the head should be the freedom to go that last distance. Okay? Let's try the same direction 3 times. Exactly, squeeze your shoulder blades. Good. Beautiful. All right, same thing, other side. Shoulder blades are squeezed. One more. Okay. Good. We're going to make it that much better. Let me explain how. When you're twisting, this shoulder is leading. Even though you're pulling back this shoulder is leading. So what I want you to think about doing is, and one of my other videos, I think I'm going to post another video of me physically doing this. I'm going to ask someone to hold a pencil for me right there, and I'm going to squeeze that pencil from falling. So the cue I want to give you is, I love that you're squeezing this shoulder back here to give space for the neck, but look at the difference between allowing this to come versus here, and now look at that twist. So you still, well, you're squeezing both of them back. The only reason why this arm is crossing our body is not because we're getting into this abduction adduction horizontally. It's because it's following the spine and the armpit is locked. We already spoke about locking it in. So let's try again, 3 more each direction. Lock those shoulders. Already looks different. Already has different purpose. I love this. Look at that. Yeah. There you go. One more. Yeah. And then the other side. Beautiful. Push the chest forward will help you too. Exactly. Look at this. Boom. You just went it. You know, if you ever see the pictures of Joe Pilates, you would think like sometimes it looks like he was shot out of a cannon. Because a lot of his pictures, you can just feel him snap into place on cue, like boom, there. You know what I mean? So I saw that energy, even though I've seen still photos of him mostly, that movement, I felt that snap into place. You feel anything? Yeah, exactly. So why did I lead with that before the saw? Now we will get back into the magic circle because that was the promise today. But the saw, believe it or not, is a complex movement in the sense that we're asking you to twist like we just did and round forward. I want you to twist as far as possible. I want this arm to cross your body, not because you've adducted horizontally, but because we've got the twist in the spine, 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 and then we reach. Okay? Let's give that a shot. Let's do 3 on each side. Keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting. Exactly, then rounding. Yeah, that's the last moment. That's what makes this the saw. That little sawing off. Let's alternate. We'll alternate. This is good. Thank you for asking. Exhale through this. Look to that back arm. Pull that left arm to me. Beautiful. One more each side, I believe. Exhale through that twist. Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm loving this. Beautiful. And come up center. Now, I had mentioned that this is a little bit more of a complex movement than just the spine twist, right? So the spine twist is just a simple, I don't want to say simple twist, there's a lot of moving parts. This is a twist and a round and a reach. So the curiosity, if this is meant to open you up for the spine twist, if this is meant to be a segue to things that are much harder, why does a more complex movement like that precede something like this, do you think? What do you feel differently in the legs? For the saw? Okay. So for the leg position on the saw, they're wide. So I've actually decreased the amount of pressure going from my pelvo-lumbo region up through the rest of the spine. This is what we call kind of like an open hip. So now it's not that I can't cheat. I mean, I can cheat. This could come all the way off. But I'm less likely to let that happen, or I mean, it's very painful if that happens in a twist. Now I've locked something fixed in place, and I'm trying to twist around it. That's why that is a more advanced exercise, believe it or not, is because we have minimized the base of support, and we're creating that movement around that center of gravity with that very small base of support. So it's literally like there's a pole up your spine, and that's where you're living. All right, just keep that in mind. And you know, part of the reason why I like to make mention of this is I'm dealing with a lot of clients now where I'm taking them through the full MAP method ad nauseum, and I'm trying to show them how everything is connecting. So, and I know I'm going to forget this, you'll remind me, and I'm going to write it down. We're going to get through what we get through today with the circle and stuff. Wherever we end, next Friday's madness, we're going to pick up from there. This way you see the whole plethora of what it offers, and we're not detracted. All right, so let's lie up onto the stomach. Questions for me? Are we moving at an okay pace? Yeah? Let's put the circle back into play. So let's put that circle in front of us. And what I want you to do is put the forehead down, draw the shoulder blades back, squeeze the circle, lift the chest. It's a lot of moving parts. Let me take you through that again. Hands around the circle, draw the shoulder blades back, squeeze the circle as you lift the chest. The head will come up because the chest is coming up. All right, give me about 5 of those. Exactly. good. Give a quick sit back towards your heels, and let me just show you the next demonstration. Okay, the challenge I'm about to ask for you now is, how do you support the lift enough that you can take one hand physically off this circle? So we're going to press into the circle evenly as we can. We're going to pull into the stomach. Now we're going to ask ourselves, lifting the chest, what would it take to remove one arm? What would it take to remove the other arm? Here's the awareness I want you to have. If two arms are creating force and I take off one, that means half of the body has to do twice the work to make up, especially from the arm. The arm is going to say, are you kidding me? You're letting me alone like that? That's when you say the stomach, the core, everything else has to pick up the slack. So I'm not pressing more for my right arm when I take off my left. I'm solidifying everything else more when I take off my left to give this guy a help. All right, let's try it. Just get the chest up higher before you remove the arm, so really lock yourself in place. Yes, look at that. One more each side. And fantastic. And sit back, remove the circle. What do you think about those? And I'm telling you, in your honor, 2 weeks ago when I posted that shoe video, that's exactly what I was talking about. Stitch the eyelets a little bit more so, or let them go if you want to relax them. But the point is, you pull something way out of alignment, the rest of the shoe doesn't respond right. So, yeah, okay. So there's many variations of the swan. I'm trying to get into as much classical as possible. Most of the classical, the arms are locked in place, and that's the motion. So what kind of creates that initial movement, the inertia? A little bit of that hip firing, so I'm driving the hips, pulling the stomach. But believe it or not, it's the breath. Inhale, exhale is changing my rocking dynamic. So I'm exhaling as I go down. I am making myself more dense at the front, and I'm falling. I'm inhaling, I'm expanding that, or becoming less dense. My hips become more dense, and they sink. So think about something dense, think about something floating in water. Paper cup floats, rock falls. Exhale, dense fall. Inhale, paper cup float. All right, let's give it a shot. Not yet. So that is a version, but today I want you to try to lock the arms and just use the breath. Thank you for asking. Legs are up. Good. Try to lock the arms. Yeah, try to lock the arms. Totally. And that's what I'm talking about today, the inertia that we create. There you go. Your exhale down, inhale up. Two more. And good, sit back. Awesome. Now, well, listen, it is awesome because you're trying. Awesome just means, I think people lose the definition of awesome, but awesome is like, you're so, let's put it this way. How is it awesome and awful? And you know what I mean? It's like, it's about the awe. No, it's always about the awe. So clearly there's shock and awe. There's awe there. So in Joe's book, in the method, there's those huge cap words, inhale slow, exhale slowly, or inhale slowly, exhale slowly. So the question is, if we're using our breath on something like that, and I know we can get dynamic, that could become very hyperventilatory. What if we were to try to really slow that down, and this is where the method is like, wow, a lot of work. So this whole thing, inhale, try that a little slower. Try to get a little deeper breath in each. And I know I was cheating slightly, but these are hard. Inhale the whole way up the chest. Try to exhale. Good. One more. Not as much, and that's fine. So now here's the thing. If we're breathing so incredibly quickly to make that rock, and again, I'm not trying to rein in something that I do want some momentum in, and we're not really rocking at all, well, doesn't that tell us that we have two things to do? Either we can quicken the breath, slow down the rock, or what about making the rock bigger? How do we go farther? That's going to help us get that bigger breath. So when I'm doing this very vigorously, you'll see me come up huge. See what I mean? The power is there, but that rock is tremendous. So that's just what I'm trying to get into here. The breathing is meant to help us, but it's also not meant to quick. Okay? Awesome. We'll move on from that. I think the point was definitely made, but as always, you ask the questions that you need. Little bit of a hip prep. So lie on your back for a moment. Actually, we're going to play with that circle again, because that was the overall goal of today. Circle. Circle gets the square. See, I'm aging myself so much. Although, not so badly, because that show came back when I was in my teenage years. Oh, God. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to get into a simple hip bridge. And again, I'm jumping ahead slightly here. I want you to press into the hip as you press into the circle. So we're lowering and lifting the hip, but I'm constantly pressing into the circle. And I just want you to see what happens, what you feel. Let's try it. Yeah, make yourself as close as you need to get to really get a good grip on that. Yes. Keep that tension on the circle even as you go down. Yes, even better. 3 more. And one more. And beautiful. Let's switch sides. We've done hip bridging before. What do you kind of feel is different, if anything, or what are you connecting to? What does that circle do? What is that circle doing? Yeah. So you've heard me use a cue before. When you lift the hips, lock the hip to the thigh, meaning come up as one unit versus I'm coming up. I'm coming up. That's a hip flexor waste of time. So that's what I'm glad you're seeing that. Beautiful. 2 more. And one more. And good stuff. All right, let's remove the circle. It's a beautiful thing to have technology now where you can literally take a picture and you can turn it upside down and you can flip it, mirror it, because basically that exercise is so incredibly similar. I know that the stomach position is different, but if I were to flip those two exercises up on each other, they're not all that different in the sense that if I had a circle on this straight leg, I would ask you to push it down, right? This way. So I'm asking you to lift your thigh now in this position, both of them, and just extend one leg and bring one leg in. So it's that same constant awareness that I'm pushing something away. All right, let's try 5 on one side before we switch. So you can grab your fists and prop yourself up for your torso. So this is the position here. Although super classical is Sphinx. I believe super classical. Once we're here, we're trying to get our belly button off the mat completely by driving the shoulders down, the chest up, the head up. Now, We lift the thighs, squeezing your seat. Bend one knee. Extend that same leg. And although we feel the hamstring firing, there is so much that's not moving, that's where the focus in the body is. Good, 3 more. Trying to keep the thighs from touching the ground. Last one. And good, let's switch it up. Yeah, exactly. Well, the back is going to be arched, but it's a controlled arch. The stomach is really tight. So we're pulling the belly button off the mat, pushing the hips into the mat. And then the thighs are up. Two more. And good. All right, now, just one quick thing I want to do there before we end it today. That foot is crossing the plane against where I'm looking for it to cross. So let me just show it to you from the front what I'm talking about there. Don't pay attention to the rest of my body. Just pay attention to the leg because I'm not on a flat mat here. That leg is coming here when you're bending it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want it to be up, yes, but I want it to go straight and straight. I want it to run along the line of the hamstrings. So let's try that again. Let's do 2 more on each side to finish. And just if you can envision maybe squeezing the knees together. There you go. And then bending that one knee. Yeah, it's hard. It's coming to me. So push that foot towards the doors. Push the right foot towards the doors as you bend the right knee. Yes! Got it. And now that's going to come to the camera. Yeah, there you go, right there. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're putting the body into position sometimes that it doesn't want to go to. So I never want you to have to work through pain. Yeah. But let's just keep realigning the body, and eventually things are going to snap. I mean, it's really, you have to have so much faith in the human body because think of how many thousands of years of evolution we have. It knew what it was doing before this screwed it up. Awesome. So we're going to pick up, from the double leg kick next Friday for this. But I'll see you for the, we'll keep killing it. Great job. Yeah, see you then. You too. Bye-bye.